Hello, welcome back to another episode of Global Space Program, where we are launching the second of our communication satellites. Now this is happening just after the previous episode, because I didn't get to do any of the orbit cleaning maneuvers yet. Could we please engage the autopilot? Thank you. And I did the Minmus tourist mid-course correction thingy, but nothing else, so there's that. I just noticed that two of my satellites were ready, and so let's try to launch them. Getting a little hot here. Let's also bring up the action groups. And that's the quiet engine, which really doesn't like to produce sound a lot, but yeah. Let's check on the trajectory roughly. 150, get rid of the fairings. Let's move on to get above the atmosphere here. We're launching on a 75% 10-degree final flight path this time. Let's see how this works. We are actually lower than 10 degrees already. Why? Oh, because we are above. Well, I would prefer to go a little higher, please. This let's see how long, 20 seconds, okay. Let's see how this works out. We are in orbit, so let's deploy the antennas. Hello, antenna please. Oh, this one, yeah. Okay. Close this, and one of them will target the active vessel. Second stage dropped, and now let's go for full orbit. We have 2 minutes until apoapsis. That's of course not enough here. Let's see how it works out. And we can close this. As long as our time to apoapsis does not decrease too fast, we should be safe. In fact, we could maybe go a little lower. Oh, it's fine, we don't need the margin, so let's just leave it at that. That's another stage. Well, that's actually the procedural SIP first stage, okay. Now, where is our first one? Over there. Well, we'll see where we end up and adjust accordingly. If possible, I would like to launch this one to the 180-degree position from the first one, then it's easier to place the other two. And this is rising, so definitely need to go lower here. I don't want the time to apoapsis to increase. Zero. Well, yeah, that's as low as I will go. Still quite a while to burn, so let's accelerate this. Transition to orbital. And the periapsis is raising almost above the atmosphere now. And we are officially orbital. That should be our second stage. Yes. Again, very slow terminal velocity for not having any kind of parachutes or anything. Let's bring this back to 1x. Yeah. Getting close to the 450. Maybe we should go for 51 straight away. Because that will be our apoapsis anyway. Oh, 450.5, just because. And stop this. I don't want to circularize. Thank you. So let's see, first things first, let's rename this to number 2. And we should also change this to be a communications relay, but we will fix that from the tracking station. And let's see, we are actually almost perfectly in the 90-degree position, which is a little sad. And we would need to drift a little bit behind it. Just a little tiny bit. Focus on Kerbin. Yeah, we need to drift about... I can't even tell. Just very little. So let's actually circularize at apoapsis and then go a little higher so that we drift further apart. At the next apoapsis, let's say we want to go into a 90 to 80 resonance. How about that? That should bring us slightly higher. Does not. That's not a resonance. 450 by 450. Okay, let's try this again. Let's say a 10 to 9 resonance. That's too far, but let's see what it does. 450 by 450. That's not working. Apparently it can only do lower, so let's say 8. Yeah, this one it can do, but that's not what I want. So that's not working. Let's go back to manual mode. Circularize at apoapsis and now bring our apoapsis a tiny bit higher. And then We will observe how the orbits change by adding a maneuver node here. Just waiting a little bit. Until hopefully we are roughly at 90 degrees. I wish I had a line here. Actually, I may have. Yeah, that's a little too low. Like this, maybe. No. One higher. And then we want another maneuver. Add periapsis to circularize again. Create this node. This should be roughly, yeah, it will be roughly okay. And we will see where it takes us. So this one can be removed, this one, whatever. We will fine tune this when we get there. So this maneuver, 17 minutes, is that the only thing until then? Yes, execute next node and go there, please. Let's see how long the panels hold with the batteries hold with all of these antennas out. That's fair enough. Definitely sufficient battery capacity. Now our next apoapsis is 455. And then we will go to 450 by 450 and a half, so that should also be perfect. We'll tune it to be exactly a day, so that's easy enough. Yeah, this thrust to weight ratio is a little bit abysmal. Okay, we will stay in this phasing orbit for apparently 3 hours. And it doesn't really matter whether it's 3 hours or a little longer. Our orbital period is just 11 seconds lower than the other one, so we are not drifting too far. And with that we can go right on to the next one. We would even have reconditioned Baker by now, but we put this on alpha, so let's launch another one. This was 10 degrees, so let's use this again. Let's arm all these. Let's bring out the action groups and let's launch. Getting close to first stage separation here. And that's a decoupler. I wonder why it didn't explode last time. Anyway, ferry separation. Oh. And let's go on to orbit. Let's see, that's still 40 seconds. And time to apoapsis is increasing, okay. We are almost out of the atmosphere. Oh, panels extending, antennas extending, okay. Let me set the target here for active vessel and activate. And let's keep this going on. Should be coming up on stage separation momentarily. There it is. And now the monopropellant stage is burning. Let's see. 2 minutes 20 and holding steady, so actually no need to play with this. In fact, we could even bring this down already. Yeah, let's try that. And let's see where we will end up. So one of them, not these, one of them is here, one of them is here. We are definitely number 3, so let's rename number 3, even though we are not yet orbital. Let's check our relation to the one that is already in a stable orbit. And now another couple minutes of burning. I would say I might accelerate time here. And apparently I had the microphone disabled again for a little bit because of outside noise. So we will be there in 3 days and circularize again, and then we should have all of these satellites in a nicely aligned orbit. Now, how long until we get the next one? 4 hours. I would prefer to launch that on Baker. Alpha is almost finished reconditioning though. And let's take care of reassigning them to relay satellite status. So let's go here. Number 1. You shall be a relay. Accept. Number 2. You shall be a relay. And number 3, the same game. A relay. Okay. That. They want us to place a satellite in this orbit, which looks like Mjolnir Tundra something. Probably not going to accept this. And I think I will leave this at this, so if it turns out to be an episode, then it will be a short one, but launching 2 of these satellites is enough. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye bye!